So in today's video, I'm going to be trying to fix this. Basically, I got this one in a lot a few videos ago, and it didn't work, although I thought it would because there's an identical one to it, except this one's not as rusted as its identical twin. And I actually got kind of lazy and just brought this one to a hobby shop. They couldn't fix it, so I'm going to have a go at fixing it. So I've just put it on the track, and well, it seems to have magically corrected itself on the electrical problem. So I try giving it power, it stalls, but the armature does turn a bit. Oops. Let's turn that off. So I assume the problem is more mechanical than electrical. Now, sometimes what I find is a good trick is to just spin the armature with your fingers. And when I do that, I can kind of feel that there's a bit of chafing between the armature and I guess the magnet. So we'll open it up and see if we can solve that. Well, there are the two commutator brushes. I was hoping I wouldn't have to remove those, but unfortunately you have to remove those, I guess, to remove this screw. Okay, well that really didn't do what I was hoping, which was to reveal what the problem was. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to take apart the truck as well. So the armature won't come out, but I think I can remove these two side pieces and hopefully see if they're the root cause of the problem. So I've got the magnet pieces out, and you can see it looks like there's a bit of rust and corrosion around the edges, so I assume if I remove that, it will cause the armature not to chafe up against these. Now I know steel wool is probably not the best way to get rid of this rust, but I can't think of too many other ways, so I'm just going to go with what I have. Well, I've managed to clean up the two metal bits. I wasn't able to get all the corrosion off, but they're a lot more smooth, so I think that should help. But I also happen to notice that the armature itself actually has a little bit of rust on it, so I think I'm going to take something other than steel wool and try to clean that off as well. I managed to get the armature out, so I think I'm going to stick the steel plates back in, and then hopefully we can try to put this whole thing back together again. I think to clean the armature, I'm going to try using a track cleaner. Yeah, it works okay. Now the top piece holds the two parts of the magnet together, so the only way we can see if the armature is actually loose now is to reattach the top. Yeah, look at that. That's without even having added any lube to this part. Even better. I'm now going to attempt to try to put the brushings back in. Okay, I think that one's in. And on the other side as well. Okay, good. I just need to get this weird piece that actually applies the pressure in. Well, I think I got them in. I don't know. There's only one way to find out, I guess. So now that we know the motor works, I guess the only thing that's left to do is to try to reassemble the bottom truck. First thing to go on, well, first I should probably clean off that dirt that's there. Let's put in the gear worm. Okay. Now we should be able just to put this part back on. Cover up the top and put in the screws. This weight just fell out, and I was going to put it back the way it was, but I realized that how it had been put before was incorrect, because this is supposed to be touching this plate, which powers this light, and that's why the light's not working. So I guess the original owner got it backwards. What's actually supposed to happen is this screw is supposed to come up through this washer, into this piece of plastic, which used to connect to the shell, through this weight, and give power to the light. Now I just have to reconnect this wire here. Okay, good. Just made a bit of an odd / disgusting discovery. There's some kind of weird goo that's just stuck to the shell here. I don't know what this stuff is. This is weird. I really hope this is just flux for the soldering, but I really don't want to find out. Well, I don't know what that weird stuff was, but it's gone, and I've cleaned the area with rubbing alcohol, so it should be good now. Well, I think everything's finished. All we have to do now is try to get this shell on, and then test it. Okay. And nothing. Well, is it on the rails? No, it is not. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Well, it's running a little rough, but a lot better than what it was. If we shift her over to DCC, you see even the light works. This baby burns. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully next video, or maybe the video after that, I can get this one working. I don't think it will be too hard because these ones are practically alike, so hopefully it has a similar problem and we can solve it the same way.